welcome into the latest edition of the SAU Softball Coaches Show. I'm Daniel Gallegos, joined alongside head softball coach Corey Lyon. And Coach, another week into the season, and you got as the weekends get smaller and smaller, obviously the importance kind of heightens a little bit. But before we get into this upcoming weekend, which is another very big weekend for your program, we'll look back to kind of a unique situation on Tuesday. Kind of billed as Rivalry Tuesday throughout the conference. Everybody went and kind of played either their most heated rival or their shortest rival in terms of distance. That sent us to Arkansas Monticello for just a doubleheader. They'll come back here and we'll play another doubleheader with them on another Tuesday. But talk a little bit about that, how different it was playing a conference game or conference games on a weekday, and then also the importance of coming away with at least a split.
Well, that was really our first midweek game this year. So, on top of it being a conference road game, it was a midweek game, which is something that, we haven't done a lot of. So, the worry is, okay, are we going to be ready to play coming off of a, pretty grueling weekend last weekend on the road. So, to be able to get a split on the road, especially in a 4-game series when you have 2 coming back to you, the hope is that you go and you at least get a split on the road, and then if you can take care of business at home, win the series. And the one thing about this group of kids and through all of the ups and downs and the inconsistent play that we've had this year, man, these kids stay together. They stay together. And you saw last weekend, we dropped the first 2, and then game 2 of that series was it was a tight game, kind of a heartbreaker, but they came back and responded on Saturday. Same thing on Tuesday, dropped game 1 and just didn't play very well, and then come back in game 2 and kind of stuck with it, and then things started to go, and once they went, we got contributions from everybody, and that's the great thing about this team is, when it's good, it's good, and they never lose sight of the end goal, and even having to put up with me and as frustrated as I get sometimes, I give them all the credit in the world because they stick together, they stick together and they play for each other, and that's a pretty fun thing to coach.
This upcoming weekend, again, mentioned is a very big weekend. You guys are again on the road. You're going to southeastern Oklahoma. Traditionally, they've been one of the better teams in the Great American Conference, the same as this year, the top team in the conference right now as far as the standings. What do you tell your team in preparation going into a series like that, knowing that right now you're still at, in the top 4 of the conference and have a chance to make a significant move?
Well, this weekend's a great challenge for us, and that's kind of how we look at it is, when we started off the season, we went down to Florida knowing we were going to play 4 very good teams, and so, we look at it as a challenge to kind of just measure where we're at right now, and that's where we're at with this weekend. Southeastern Oklahoma is a very good team. They're at the top of the conference, and this is a great opportunity for us to kind of see where we stack up against the best of our conference. And, I think it's a credit to our kids that through the injuries and through the growing pains of having a young team, 3 freshman starters, 4 sophomore starters, when you're starting 7 underclassmen, you're going to have those growing pains, and that's what we've had. And I think you look at where we're at. If the conference tournament started today, we'd be the 3 or the 4 seed, and so to be in the top half with that, having dealt with the injuries, we're not in a bad place. Our conference schedule is backloaded with home games. And we've had a lot of success at home so far this year. So, we're excited about the opportunity, and we're going to go up there this weekend, and we're going to let it all hang out, and we're going to play softball and see what happens. And if we can steal 2 or 3, that would be great. Either way, this weekend, like I said, it's a great measuring stick for where we're at. But at the same time, we're not going up there with this is a make or break series for us. This is another bump in the road for our team, and that's how we're going to approach it.
We appreciate your time very much. Again, another big pivotal weekend on tap for the Southern Arkansas softball team. They are hitting the road once more, going to Durant, Oklahoma to take on Southeastern Oklahoma. pair of doubleheaders. First one starting on Friday at 1 p.m. and then Saturday an earlier wake-up call, I believe 11 a.m.
Yes.
Starting that doubleheader. So that should be interesting there. But be sure to check MuleRiderAthletics.com for live stats and full recaps following each day's doubleheaders. Coach, we appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.